everybody, welcome back to Montad. I'm your host Kyle, and today we're going to talk about the envelope budget method. Just like the 50-20-30 rule, we're going to talk about what is it, how does it work, who is it for, and what are some of the drawbacks. What is it? It's a very detailed system that forces you to categorize all of your spending, and not just a few large buckets. And until recently, where technology has automated some of this, it was a very manual system where you would literally take all of your money from a bank and put it into envelopes, thus calling it the envelope system. It forces you to quantify all of your spending and gives you less wiggle room for guessing where you think you might be spending money. So how does it work? So like I said, it's an envelope system, so you're literally putting money into envelopes. But those envelopes represent the categories of spending that you've designated for yourself and your budget. Each envelope represents a different category, and on each envelope you should write down that category on the front of it. You will also be writing the dollar amount that is placed inside that envelope. That may be the only thing that's a little loose here, where you can determine how you want to divide that money for that category. So say you want to divide it by month, or say you want to divide it by pay period, if you're paid weekly or bi-weekly. This is a cash-based system, so if you run out of cash out of one envelope, that's all the cash that you have to spend. That's all the money that you can spend on that category. So this is not something where you can just dive into another envelope and pull money from your entertainment fund and put it into your housing or rent, which obviously would never happen. So if you spent all your money on your entertainment fund, then you can't pull money from your savings, nor can you pull money from your rent or mortgage. But say you don't spend all the money in the envelope, then you can roll that over into the next month or into your next designated period. I don't know why I did air quotes. And with that rolled over money, then you're putting less money into it in your next period. And now you have a few extra dollars that you can now designate somewhere else, or you can build up your emergency fund. There's also a psychological component to this system where hopefully you see all this money going out and it triggers something that like, yo, there's a lot of money I'm spending right now, as opposed to just inserting a chip or swiping a card or using your phone to pay for all your charges. So who is it for? I'm speaking of this as if it's very simple and easy, in which the concept of it is simple, but it's actually a difficult thing to do long term. So I'd say it's more for the expert budgeters who are very disciplined in their spending. And for some of the drawbacks, like I said, it is a difficult system to use long term. You have to go to the bank or ATM and get cash out every time you get paid and put them in those envelopes. And you have to keep those envelopes organized, make sure you always know where they are, carry those envelopes with you when you go and pay bills. And that also limits how you can pay for certain things. It's kind of difficult to pay cash for your Amazon purchases. Even bill pay for utilities, a lot of that is being done online now. Unless you're physically going to buildings and paying for your utilities, it becomes a little inconvenient. So with this, you also have to add some of the traveling time, plus even more transportation fees just to make all this happen. As opposed to the 50-20-30 rule that I talked about last time, which has a lot of freedom in it. There's no restrictions in that way. But this is a better total financial control over what you're spending and what you're making. But also there were some softwares that were developed that utilize the envelope system, and they make it automated. Two of which I'll leave links down below in the description, and you can go check those out if you're interested. However, personally, they're not my cup of tea. More so the envelope system, because you have to pay a minimum of $6 a month just to use it. I'm not into spending money to budget my money. All in all, this is a good system for anybody who's looking to have complete, total control of their finances. Again, I'd say it's for the expert who's mastered the basics of budgeting. That's more so covered in the 50-20-30 rule video. Thank you for watching, everybody. Be sure to like, share, and leave a comment below, and subscribe if you already haven't. And for all my budgeters out there, leave a comment below of what's your cheapest category. Deuces.
Is the elephant heavy? I'm coming back, baby.